And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate, all about helping you understand your buying decisions and helping make you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Save our hotline. We would love to connect with you. We've got a great lineup for you today. Captain Will Smith in studio. We also have Shane Socash as well. Shane Socash, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. We're going to talk about alternative investment opportunities, precious metals, cryptocurrencies, and others, as well as Clyde Smith going to join us as well. He's our expert contributor for all things Treasure Island Beach Resort. You got the Hotel on the Beach, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, the Bilmar Beach Resort, on the show today as well. Plus, we have a feel-good story today as well. Lego is beginning to make their bricks from recycled plastics. So our feel-good story of the day. And this segment is brought to you by Veteran Gutters. Shout out to Brandon Porter and his team at Veteran Gutters. They do a great job. If you're looking to add gutters to your home or buildings, reach out. Veteran Gutters, Brandon Porter, American-made products, and he is a veteran. He supports his country, and a great veteran, Veteran Gutters. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take them up on those special offers. All right, we got a couple of hot listings here, real estate listings. We like to feature our real estate properties live on air on the program. We've got 117 14th Street in Bel Air. This is a beautiful property, a double-lot pool home on the beach, Bel Air Beach, one of the most beautiful places in all of Tampa Bay. 117 14th Street, Bel Air. This is a gorgeous property. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2,700 plus square feet, private pool, gourmet kitchen, Jetta air tub, bathtub that is, temperature-controlled wine closet, covered lanai, minutes away from the beaches, and too many upgrades to mention here, but a great opportunity, just over $1 million, compliments of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Now you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, in studio, let's make our introductions here in studio. Captain Will Smith Aviation, welcome back in.
Good to be here again, Brandon. Got a lot of fun things to talk about today, brother.
Yeah, man, good stuff. So you can talk about the investment opportunities for the movie, air travel, and what else is going on?
Well, we've got a little bit. I talked to my AME about the so-called vaccine we were talking about earlier, and he's like, don't do it because we don't know what long-term is. And even though the FAA said, yes, it's okay, they can always fall back and pull your medical. So we're going to talk a little bit about that because pilots out there, especially professional pilots, know if you have your license, but it has to be accompanied by your medical. And if you have an expired medical, your medical's been taken from you by the FAA, you still can't fly. Yeah. Even though you have your license, you still can't get in that airplane and fly.
Wow. Yeah, we'll talk more about that with Captain Will Smith coming up. And let's go to the line here, phone line. Clyde Smith, General Manager, Bilmar Beach Resort. Hey, Clyde.
Hey, Brandon, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, my friend. Thank you so much. And I know you've got a lot of good stuff happening down at Bilmar. The 4th of July celebration coming up soon.
It is always the biggest weekend on Treasure Island and throughout the beach community, and this year is going to be even better after having to scale it back last year, and most communities canceled their fireworks. We are full go. We've got a full fireworks show that's going to be 9 p.m. on Sunday. But that's kind of the end of the fun because it all starts on Friday night. We've got live bands at both restaurants here, lots of activity in the area. And across the street, they're doing some live music also. So probably 4 or 5 venues within walking distance up to Bilmar, right downtown Treasure Island. And then we opened up for the families on the holiday weekend. So we've got everything from scavenger hunt, the watermelon eating contest, to the comeback of our patriotic hat contest, which is always fun. We parade the kids with their hats around the pool area, and mom, dad, grandma all get to decide who the winner is by clapping, and DJ out at the pool. It's really a terrific weekend every year.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that. Patriotic hat contest. I'm glad you're doing some patriotic stuff on the 4th. That's really cool.
We are. Even the day before, Kim, our Director of Operations, is going to be doing paint rocking. She does St. Pete Rocks, which is a huge organization in the area that just promotes family fun, and you paint a rock and hide it. Well, we do that on property. In fact, the guests, if they look hard enough, they'll find a couple of rocks that are good for $5 or $10 off in the restaurants, and just little things. But then the whole family gets to get in and going to do patriotic rock painting. It's always fun.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So the beach resort itself, let's talk about that because it's very unique. 90% of the rooms overlook the beautiful beaches right there on Treasure Island, and not many hotels can say that.
No, very few do. We just have a few of our poolside rooms, but everything looks directly out at beautiful Treasure Island Beach. You have the beach trail that goes right between us and the main part of the beach, so it just really sets a nice, lit up at night, turtle-friendly lighting to let you take a nice walk after sunset. Beautiful area. You can, grab your drink at Sloppy Joe's and go down and watch sunset from the wall that they provide, like a little bench area. And also 2/3 of our rooms have balconies, and 2/3 of our room have little kitchenettes. So if you want to, feed the kids there and not have to go out to every meal, you have that flexibility in over 2/3 of our rooms.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're talking with Clyde Smith. He's the general manager of the Bilmar Beach Resort on beautiful Treasure Island, Florida, right here in Tampa Bay, whether you're doing a local staycation or if you're from out of state and tuning in to the program out of state. What a great place to go and visit. And it's really all-encompassing in Treasure Island. You can do so much on the resort, on the property, or even off-property right there, going down to the beaches from a lot of the stuff that Turbo offers down at the beaches as well, the rentals.
Yes, the paddleboard kayak that come with your room. So that's always a good time. You've got the cabanas in case it's too sunny or too windy. You can hide yourself in a little cabana that's really comfortable. I know my sister does that every time she comes. And it's so many things. With 2 pools on property, it gives you a flexibility of being in the shade or the sun. Each one has different times of day, different degrees of that. So really a lot of options for any age. That's what I love about the Bilmar is we have families, couples, and even generational. We'll have the Reese family coming in. They've been coming as a family since 1967.
Oh,
so
cool.
We welcome them back every 4th of July. We give them their own table with decorated and just would love to have them back. They'll be here coming in Thursday.
Oh, that's really neat. So over the years, you've got certain families that just continue to come back year after year, and it's grown to be a great relationship.
It really has. It's one of my favorite parts of the job. And you did ask me something earlier that I'd love to address while we have a chance, and that's the little bit of red tide that we had in the county. I'm really happy to report that the most recent reports from the county does show that our beaches are clean. Little storm that came through that went up to the Panhandle did take away whatever was there, and it dissipated up north. And we had really no problems on Treasure Island. A couple of fish washed ashore from out in the water, but county was ready, and they took care of everything right away. And beaches are clear, they smell great, and the water is a perfect swimming temperature.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's such a great time over there at the beaches. And talk about the length of the beach. A lot of times, if you look at the East Coast of Florida, you've got just the condos and the hotels are right on the beach, and you walk out and you've got just a short, little beach that you can enjoy. But on Treasure Island, it's just very unique over there where you're at the Bilmar Beach Resort. There's a large beach there.
It really is a large beach. There is a Moby map for anyone with any disabilities that helps them get out to the end. The city put that in. But the nice part about that deep beach is when you're down there at the water, all you hear is the water. There's plenty of space for spread out. No one's kicking sand on your towel like that happens at some of these small beaches. And there's just lots of space there. We have known for our kite festivals, which is a perfect beach for that. And, go right up to Windworks at John's Pass and grab a kite. It's a perfect place to learn and, or if you're skilled to show off. And, we call it a 2-beer beach just because it does take a little bit to get down there, but it never hurts to bring a little refreshment, which is allowed on Treasure Island Beach. You're one of the few that you can actually, bring a can of beer out there, just no glass.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. There's so much to offer down at the beautiful Bilmar Beach Resort. I love visiting from time to time and hanging out down there and just enjoying. The food is great, too. Talk about your food on site there.
So we do. We have both Sloppy Joe's and our Waves Fun Zone. That was a reimagined cafe that we added a pool table and ping pong table. It's got wonderful menu, its own items that come in little bamboo steamers, so it comes nice and hot. You can take it by the pool or take it out front onto the beach area. And then, of course, Sloppy Joe's on the beach. In fact, we have a new chef, Chef Bill, stepped up, turned out, he was working here, turns out he's a professional chef and has really added some wonderful new. The new conch chowder is terrific, has just the right amount of bite. He's adding a whole new breakfast menu. You can now get a filet mignon hollandaise with eggs Benedict. It is amazing. And his Huevos Rancheros, he stepped that up too. So breakfast is really a great experience. You can eat all the way up until noon every day, so you don't have to jump out of bed. Then 12:30, we roll right into lunch and dinner, and then sunset and music 7 days a week down at Sloppy Joe's. So perfect complement to the music and the food and the beverage. Great bartenders, Kayla and Lee that are always there. They do a great job. People come just for them, even if they aren't looking to go out. They just want to stop by and say hi to our great staff that's been with us for years.
Yeah, very friendly staff. I mean, it's just top-notch, first class over there. We're talking with Clyde Smith, General Manager, Bilmar Beach Resort. Book directly. Don't book online at one of those search engine type online booking websites. Book directly, Clyde, and talk directly. Book to the website or call, right?
Yes. We always have the best deal on our website. We do have Florida resident rates. Just all sorts. We're actually going to have a book here rate that's going to be even better than some of our previous discounts. And it's good. It's been a busy year, so the rates have been just a little higher this year. We of course, discounted them last year just to help those people that could get out. They're kind of right-sided itself a little bit this year, but we believe you get a great value for what you're doing. And, by going to our website, BilmarBeachResort.com, you can see a picture of every type of room, so you can really pick out what's good for you. We have from just traditional rooms that face the beach to all the way up to penthouses up on our 8th floor, which have been very popular this year, and a variety of everything in between. So if you're staying just a few days, you may not need the full kitchen and things, but if you're going to stay longer, it certainly helps a little bit with the pocket.
Very good. All right, my friend. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate the update, the beach update, Tampa Bay beach update from Clyde Smith, General Manager, Bilmar Beach Resort. Thanks, Clyde.
Thank you. You and your listeners have a great holiday weekend. Be safe.
All righty. Appreciate that.
Thanks.
And Will Smith's in the house. You've stayed there as well, the penthouse.
And I stayed in the penthouse suite,
That's right.
And it was really nice. Full kitchen, very nice and cool. Had the balcony, had the separate a room with the bath. I believe there was two places, a half bath and a full bath, but it was very spread out.
Yep.
The nice, huge dining room area. Lovely. I loved it. I would recommend it to anybody that's coming in that's going to stay for a long period of time. Great place to stay.
Yeah, perfect if you have extended family coming in or in-laws or something like
Plenty
that. You
of
got
room.
two separate spaces. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, Shane Socash is going to join us. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. He's the owner. And we're going to talk about precious metals, crypto, inflation, design options that he has with his jewelry, as well as popular coin choices as well. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. Also later in the show, Captain Will Smith Aviation. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks for listening to My Daddy's Show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Chad Irrigation for all of your irrigation needs. Big shout out to Victor and his team, Chad Irrigation. You can access lakes, pond water, pull the water out of the bodies of water near you, or also, of course, connect to your house in the city water. Chad Irrigation, longtime friends of the program. for your sprinklers in your yard. Victor and his team do a great job. Reach out and let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we got a hot property listing here in Tampa Bay, 1200 Gulf Boulevard, number 1805. Looking for my VIPs, my executives out there. 1805 is a great opportunity to own the penthouse at the Meridian. This is a beautiful property, 1200 Gulf Boulevard, number 1805. You've got about 4,000 square feet of living, 3-bedroom suites. You have an office/den as well as 2 Gulfside balconies, and you can have a balcony on the intercoastal water side as well. You almost have a 360-degree view of the intercoastal waterways and the beaches here at 1200 Gulf Boulevard, unit number 1805. It's a penthouse available for sale, resort-style amenities, and so much to offer here. Great opportunity, and you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All righty, let's go to the phone lines here. Shane Socash, he's the owner of David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin in beautiful St. Petersburg, Pinellas County. Welcome back to the show, Shane.
Hi, Brandon.
Hey there. So, what's going on in your world? What are you seeing out there? And it's we talk a lot about investments into precious metals, jewelry design. The inflation. Of course, we've talked about that over the few interviews we've done. But it's an interesting time. People can invest in these alternative precious metals and things of that nature.
Selling lots of metal. Still, currently. Unusually high flow of gold and silver being purchased. We're seeing shortages. We're able to supply, yet the prices are going down. I feel that there's a correction coming, and I'm not alone in that. People, the public seems to feel that way too.
Wow. So people are bringing in gold to sell as well as buy?
No. So it's I think we're probably for every 9 people that we sell gold or silver to, one person is selling to us. It's definitely more people buying than selling, and that's creating the shortage.
Right. Yep. Very similar to the real estate market.
Yeah, I believe there are some parallels. Yeah.
Yeah. So the precious metals, what's the hottest metal in your opinion? I know we've talked about platinum maybe being kind of an underdog out of gold, silver, platinum.
Yeah. So platinum again is dropping down around $1,000 an ounce, which is unusual for platinum. It had kind of worked its way back up to $1,200. We were waiting for a run. It didn't really happen. It's kind of squeaking back. We're having people asking for it again because a certain segment of our public feels that it's on sale. There's always a big contingent of people that feel the ratio of silver to gold is out of whack, and that silver should be higher in relation to gold price. Historically, it has been, and they feel that a correction's coming for silver someday. I don't know how to get a read on that, whether that's going to happen or not. But all it takes is one industrial use to be figured out, and it would make that change.
Right, and that was going to be one of my questions too. Is which one of these metals has the most utility?
Boy, I'll tell you, all three of them have fantastic utility, and in different ways. They each have properties the others don't. I have told you before that, my background is in making jewelry. I spent a lifetime doing that. And I know from firsthand experience that platinum can do things that no other metal can do. Not silver and not gold and no other metal. And so, I believe that someday industry will figure out a use, an additional use for that, just because it's such a special metal. Silver and gold both are extremely useful also. They're resistant to corrosion, and they conduct electricity well, and all of these things. But platinum has this ability to resist high temperature oxidation that no other metal has.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. If you just joined us, we're talking with Shane Socash here, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. He's out of Pinellas County. He's got a great location there on Central Avenue in St. Petersburg. And talk a little bit about some of the jewelry you're making. You referenced that, and you also have certified gemologists on staff. And what does that actually mean?
Yeah, so we have graduate gemologists from the Gemological Institute of America, which is the highest accreditation you can get in our industry. We have 3 people who have earned that. And then we have 2 registered master valuers, and they primarily, are our appraisers of jewelry. And we talked about the different types of appraisals, whether it be fair market value, typically used for estate purposes. In our case, lots of attorneys use us for that. And then we have retail replacement, which is the type of thing where you have an engagement ring and you want to protect it in case something were to happen to it or it become lost, and that would be a retail replacement appraisal. And we're making lots of jewelry. We just churn out a high level, a high quality and large amount of jewelry repair and custom design. We have 6 full-time jewelers here in the store.
Yeah, that's great, man. And people have a place to go and they want to find it. I've heard it also, like, you think about wedding season last year and how it got just totally, pushed out and postponed, and now here we go. We're in wedding season. We've been in wedding season. I know a lot of people are getting engaged. Are you seeing an uptick in engagements and those types of things with your business as well?
Absolutely. It feels as if, and I don't have the data to back it up, but it feels as if in the last 6 months I've sold more diamonds than I have in my previous 25 years in the industry.
Yeah.
People are getting married.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Getting engaged, at least.
Yeah, getting engaged. We'll see. Yeah, if they follow through now. Yeah, we're talking with Shane Socash here. David Reynolds, Jewelry and Coin here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Your local expert for all things jewelry, diamonds, gold, silver, platinum, precious metals, and other collectibles. What would be an example of other collectibles that you offer?
It would be basically anything coin-related. We deal with it. If it was minted by a government, we do it. It's not uncommon for someone to come in and say, "Grandma passed away. I have this jewelry box. I have no idea what's in it." And we several times a day we sit down and sort out. This is gold. This is silver. This is costume, and these 6 euros worth of coins from Grandma's trip, 14 years ago to Europe. And it's like we separate everything out and work up prices, explain the differences between the prices, and buy what's in there.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And people can have a trusted resource. You've been in business. You've been around for how many years now?
So the store's been open on Central Avenue since 1971. We've been in our current location since 1981, and I've been here for 21 years now. So
nice. Awesome, man. Well, keep up the good work out there, my friend. And if people need to reach you or they want to come visit you, what's the best way?
So best way is to come visit us, 4009 Central Avenue in St. Pete. You can also call us, 727-327-2646, and we'd be happy to help. 727-327-2646. That's exactly right, yep.
All right, awesome. Well,
Appreciate
thanks for spending some time with us, Shane.
Thank you, Brandon.
Hey, my pleasure.
Bye.
All right, coming up, we've got Captain Will Smith here, Will Smith Aviation in studio. We're going to talk about the movie industry. We're actually working on bringing more movies to Tampa Bay, specifically a movie that we're co-producing together, and we've got some big names involved now. It's a lot of momentum. Seems like it's going in the right direction. Also, private travel. We're going to talk about private air travel here as well on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our feel-good story of the day is a good one as well. Lego is beginning to make their bricks from recycled plastics. So the recycled material coming from plastic bottles, discarded bottles. So everybody wonders what's going on with that. So that's interesting. That's good. Good stuff. Follow us online. We would love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter. Consumer Quarterback Show page out there. And on our YouTube channel, Brandon Rhymes Realty, we've got over 1,200 videos there. So follow us online. Connect with us. We'd love to connect with you back. And also save the hotline number in your phone. At some point you may need it. We'll be right back after this short break.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Five, four, three, two, one.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Giving a shout out to Discovery Golf Cars, aka Golf Cart Depot, formerly known as Golf Cart Depot. DiscoveryGolfCars.com. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. For business or recreation, it seems like everybody's getting a golf car these days. They've got lots of makes and models. Easy Go, Star EV, Cushman. They offer new and pre-owned, and you can rent or buy. They offer financing and mobile repair. 2 locations, Tampa and Clearwater, and you can check them out online, discoverygolfcars.com. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we like to feature our real estate listings live on air. My wife Lindsay and I own a top-ranked real estate team. We're in the top 1% of all realtors in Tampa Bay, so we like to feature some of our real estate listings. 1602 East MLK, we got Gill's Body Shop available for sale here in Tampa Bay. Commercial building at 1602 East MLK. Gill's Body Shop, 45 years in business. You've got a large building and a couple of bay doors, of course, and a commercial intensive zoning, which is a great opportunity here in Tampa Bay. Reputable auto body repair shop available for sale, turnkey operation. 45 years in business, so he's got lots of goodwill, going concern with the business and the company name, and a lot of cash flow coming in at this property. 1602 East MLK, Gill's Body Shop, compliments of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, Captain Will, give us an update. What's going on with the movie? Falling from the Sky is the movie. It's basically a book that you wrote about your journey through a very harsh circumstance where a judge kind of railroaded you through the system. You served 26 months in prison.
That's correct.
You won your appeal. You got out with the help of some great friends like Larry that started that website, and a lot of other people jumped on board and said, hey, this happened to me too. That happened to me. Right. You were vindicated. You're out of jail. Of course, out of prison, not just jail, and you got the judge thrown off the bench. In essence, she had to give up her licensing, her legal, to be able to practice anything in law.
Yeah, she was forced to resign or be removed, and so she resigned and was no longer to practice law in the state of North Carolina or run for an elected position in the state of North Carolina, which was good. And just like any industry, there's always the bad eggs, and she was one of them. But we got her removed, and it was a good thing. A long time coming. She had been censored, I believe, 4 or 5 times prior to my case by the Supreme Court justice of the state of North Carolina.
Wow.
So people heard about it. I was, quite frankly, the reason I wrote the book was I was just tired of explaining myself because when you're coming out of a situation like that, everybody's, it's the charges still show. They don't go away. And it just takes a matter of time, just like anything, before, you run a background check on me now, you're not really going to see anything because it was 20 years plus ago. But right out coming out, everybody saw, and then they don't want to give you a chance. They don't want to believe you. They don't want to trust you. And everyone that comes out of prison, whether you're guilty and you just did your time, now you want to live your life, or you're wrongfully in prison. A lot of wrongful incarcerations are going on out there for some type of political movement to voice themselves from, a job career, to get from, being a DA to, possibly being the governor or running for an elected position,
attorney.
State's attorney. Yeah, exactly. So what we did was I decided to write a book, and it picked up momentum. People were reading. It was like, I can't put this thing down. I've had people text me at 2 a.m. in the morning, said, Will, I started reading. I couldn't stop because it was a page turn. I needed to know what was going to happen next. And it grabbed the momentum of other people and like, you know what, this would make a great type of movie.
Yeah.
And I really kind of laughed it off, but I had more and more people ask me, you need to do something with this. And that's
Right.
when I was like, sat down and said, okay, let's do something. So since the infancy of this whole thing, we've met Dave Yates. We've got a big party coming up end of July. We will tell more of that as it starts to unfold. We're going to have some, really good people, the A-list that are going to be at this party. It's going to be for the Tampa Bay people that want to get involved in the movie industry. We're bringing the movie industry back to Florida. We're getting a lot of good people, good actors behind us to do this. There's investment opportunities. There's sponsorship opportunities. There's just so many opportunities. And just one of the exciting things about the investment opportunity is when we're filming and we fly somewhere, guess what? You get to go with us. We're going to put you in one of the jets that I'm flying on to do filming somewhere. Mm-hmm. And you get to be a part of that because you are actually, a producer when you invest into the movie. So you get all the perks that goes along with being a producer by seeing the movie stars that come in, by being on set while it's being filmed, by, being a part of the A-list dinners that we're going to have. So, and not only that, you get a return on your investment, so you get all this really cool, neat stuff and traveling and a return on your investment. So why you wouldn't want to be involved in this, is beyond me. Unless you're just not in town, you can't be a part of it. But putting Tampa Bay back on the map, starting with the movie industry, and people tell me, yeah, Georgia's kicking everybody out. People are looking for places to film. Well, it's going to be Florida. It's happening. They're talking about it in the news, the Associated Press. So, and we're just going to be a part of that. We want to bring our friends and, people that we do business with here in the Tampa Bay and get them involved in this. It's going to be an exciting time. You're going to hear more and more about it as we get closer to the end of July. But I'm excited. I know you're excited. We're going to have a meeting next week, and you're starting to put all these intricate parts together to create a nice, beautiful, awesome, gathering of what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Falling from the Sky is the name of the book, and subsequently the name of the movie, the working title. We're talking with Will Smith, Captain Will Smith here, Will Smith Aviation. He's also a private pilot, flies some pretty high-level individuals around for business as well. And, getting also David Yates involved, he's somewhat involved yet. His background, if you're not familiar with that name, was Dolphin Tale 2, the movies. Worked with Harry Connick Jr., and I forgot, the
Morgan
other
Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Yep. And, so bringing that name into the mix, lots of momentum.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about it, and I can't wait. The end of July is going to be pretty much the kickoff for us. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to talk about the movie. I got a little sizzle reel I'm going to play. We're going to get up on stage, talk a little bit about the book, maybe read a part out of the book, just really get involved in it and get the community involved in it. We still have some sponsorships. I'm even putting together, Brandon, we're going to do a little magazine. So it's kind of that we're going to put all the information that you need when we come to the park, hand them out to everyone that wants to know, so they'll see how it's working. We've got the website, CaptainWillSmith.com. So we'll be updating that on our progress. You can also go on there to see the books. You can go on Amazon if you want to pick up a copy. I'm in and out in different locations. I've done book signings with the Barnes & Nobles 2 or 3 times. So we're get together and start doing some more book signings at the event at the end of July. So I'll have plenty of those, plenty of magazines, meet a lot of really cool, awesome A-list people here in Tampa. We got people from the Tampa Bay Millionaires Club are going to be there. I'm going to reach out to TBBW and some other affiliations and magazines that I've already been published in and get them involved as well. So Tampa Bay, you're going to be hearing a lot about this after the end of July, after August 1st. So be prepared, have a lot of fun, and enjoy and watch how this thing blossoms.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Now let's talk a little about the outreach that you've been doing too as well. I think that's a big part of
it is.
The whole post story. When you what you went through in the post story. You're speaking in prisons. You working with Thomas Young, Cons Helping Cons.
Correct.
Free to Serve on Facebook is his site as well. Cons Helping Cons, Free to Serve, and some of that giving back, I think that goes a long way as well.
Yep. One of the big things about doing the movie is not just we're getting the whole community involved, but we're giving back to the community. My part of giving back, because I saw the struggles that I had to do to get back to where I am, and it literally started with digging ditches, and that's the second book, Ditches to Riches, and getting my life back. So what I am doing is part of the proceeds from the movie is going to go to help these young men, young women that are coming out to have another start, have a second chance. And what does that second chance mean? That second chance means that we're going to be working with local people and officials all the way up to Tallahassee on making sure they have some health care, maybe for the first 6 or 12 months, so they're not struggling in that means. What does that mean for people who are coming out so they have, just the basic needs that you have to have a shelter, a place to live, a job. These are things that they need to get back on track, because right now a lot of the institutions are set up for failure. Why? Yeah. They're a business. They need your business. They need returning customers. So what we're trying to do is end that recidivism and lower that to where we're going to reallocate monies. We're going to donate monies to make sure these young men and women that are coming out have a second chance and have a coach. And I've just finished a notebook that I'm going to have accredited, where I'm going to teach a 4-week class on how you transition from an institution mindset to a being back as a free citizen mindset.
Yeah, and that's a big part of our society right now. We're talking with Captain Will Smith, CaptainWillSmith.com here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes, and that's a big part of our society right now, going to the root cause. They talk about defunding the police and systemic racism and justice system. If you look at the root cause, in 1965, Larry Elder quotes this all the time, so that's how I have the stat on the top of my head. 1965, 24% of black households, for example, were without a father. Okay. Fast forward to today, that number is somewhere around 75%.
Yep, and that's unacceptable.
So the father figures in the house contribute a lot. Of course, you know how it goes. I mean, I remember when my dad went on a trip or whatever, it's like, oh, it's just mom. We can kind of run free a little bit. We can do, so that natural dynamic is there. So we got to take a quick break, but I want to ask you a little bit more about that, that dynamic, how you see that playing out, also how the prison system, could be reformed a little bit. Let's get some of these folks out. Let's get them jobs. Let's get them back into a career. Like we had Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Cronister on the show. He had mentioned there's programs in there for everything from welding and operating machinery to weaving hair. So there's a wide variety of things that are going on. I think people don't understand. So I want to ask a little bit more about that, the father figure in the home, and then also more with Captain Will Smith here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Plus our feel-good story of the day: Lego is beginning to make their bricks from recycled plastic. We'll be right back after the short break.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in 813-773-1253. Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing at 813-773-1253. Check out consumerqb.com. Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or PlatinumMVPteam.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. Every day we like to tell you something positive in our feel-good story.
Tell me something good.
All right, so the Lego Group has unveiled a prototype brick made of entirely of recycled plastic. The latest step in its journey to make Lego products from sustainable materials. The new prototype, which uses PET plastic from discarded bottles, is the first brick made from a recycled material to meet the company's strict quality and safety requirements. The brick is a result of over 3 years of testing by material scientists and engineers. End quote. We are super excited about this breakthrough, end quote, says Tim Brooks. He's the vice president of environmental responsibility at the Lego Group. And it says the biggest challenge of our sustainability is the rethinking and innovating of new materials as are durable, strong, and high quality as our existing bricks and Lego and a fit with Lego elements made over the past 60 years. This prototype will be able to showcase we're making progress. So pretty cool story in our feel-good story of the day, and putting those recycled products to use. And you see that in a lot of different things, even some of the different materials around the home. You see it, and I believe even some of the lounger chairs, like the ones we have outside of our house.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the name of those chairs, but Adirondack chairs.
Yeah.
Those look like they're made from some kind of recycled
material. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
And they're supposed to last a long time.
Yeah,
So
they do.
Yeah,
they
that's
weather
good.
it.
Captain Will Smith's in the house here, talking about. We kind of tease a little bit about the importance of father figures and keeping the crime rates down, and so there's a lot of things to talk about there. But when you look at the recidivism rate, people coming out of jail, the number of times they go back. What's your thoughts on that in general?
Well, this is what happens, Brandon. We've gotten so far away from the family nucleus now, it's getting ridiculous. The demasculation of men and not giving them opportunity and they'll just put them back in. And reason you have a mother and father because you need them to raise a child, period.
Yeah.
I grew up in a separated family. I understand it, and it's hard. My mom raised me by herself. My dad was in and out. And if you don't have the right guidance in the figure to help that, then you need two people, because one person cannot be with the child 24/7.
Yep.
Someone's working, someone's taking care of the house, someone's going to do the soccer moms or the soccer dads, and you need the two people.
Yep.
If you don't have two people, you're eroding the foundation for their success.
Yep.
And majority of them do wind up going to other cliques or they look for other idols that they shouldn't, that are bad influences, because they don't have the attention when they're home. We've gotten so far away from the family nucleus. How do we correct that? Well, with the ones that are coming out of prison, let's make sure they don't go back in. Because if you don't give someone the platform and the tools to succeed, what are they going to do, Brandon? They're going to go right back to the same exact thing that they learned as a child, that they became a product of their environment. They got them into prison to begin with. So we're going to break that chain. How are we going to break that chain? Well, we're going to offer help. We're going to offer assistance. We're going to offer coaching. And part of my class that I will start teaching, the 4-week class, is how do I get from point A to point B and then become a coach? It's kind of like when you have AA. They have a 12-step program, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they have sponsors that help the people that are struggling with alcoholism or drugs or addiction. Well, we're kind of doing the same thing, but with a life coach.
Yeah.
So when the person gets out of prison, they take the course. They understand, hey, this is what I need to succeed.
Yeah.
I have the basics: food, transportation, job, shelter. And now I can take care of myself. I can start helping and taking care or guiding other people how to take care of themselves. What do we call these? We call these coaches.
Yeah.
So this is how it works. When you're getting out of prison, you get to that point, you become successful in your first 12 months, and then you start coaching other people that are coming out of prison to transfer back into civilian life. And this continues to build upon itself. And by doing so, we're lowering the recidivism rate. We're creating people that are out there working and paying taxes. And then we're reallocating some of that taxpayer dollar to help educate, promote, and allowing people to succeed back into life and create that family nucleus. And we'll have therapists talking about mom and dad and raising their child, and be ready. There's so many parents out there that are having children right now that should not be raising kids because they are not at their point in life to do that.
Right.
A child is very expensive. It takes 110% of your attention to raise them, and you can't be going out and partying with your friends and doing this and doing that. Your focus needs to be on the child, and that's where we're going to try to help change this a little bit.
Yeah, I like that program. It reminds me of Jarek Robbins, one of my favorite mentors, Tony Robbins, his father. Learn it, live it, give it. So so it's very similar. You're learning it, you're living it, and now you're giving it back. You're paying back, and that's kind of what you can do with his events. You can go back and crew the event and not have to pay the fee for the tuition, which I might be doing that for the one in West Palm Beach coming up. But the other point you made is that the two-parent household. The two-parent household, you have two different energies there. You've got the father energy that is going to be, of course, more masculine, and then, of course, the female energy is going to teach more about the emotions and the emotional side. So it helps to create a more well-rounded individual, whereas, instead of blaming the police, and if you actually look at the police interactions, there's 50 million plus interactions in a given year, 11 million arrests, and if you break that down by race, it breaks down to the bottom line is people want to know how many people get shot, right?
Right.
It comes down to about 1,000 people get shot. About half of those, about 50%, is whites getting shot, and then it breaks down into another 250 or so black, and then another 250 or so with different ethnicities. But it's not the police. The problem is the households and the attack on the nuclear family. Right. And going back to the stat of 1965, with 24% of the households without a father at such a low number. What happened in that era is the government came in and started subsidizing single parents. So the mothers were getting paid to not. One of the rules was you can't have a father figure in the house. You can't have anybody else living in the house if you want to get this government check.
Yeah, and that is just the wrong message to be sending out there. Men have testosterone for a reason, and women have estrogen for a reason. Women are nurturing. They're caring. They're good caregivers. They make great and that's okay. Men can do the same thing too, but you have to have that role, one dominant, one nurturing, because the child needs to learn that.
Yeah.
And by removing one piece of that puzzle, it's not going to be balanced.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. And I've been through 2 prison. I've been arrested. I have never, ever put myself in a position to be shot at.
Right, exactly.
If you're doing something where a cop is chasing you down a dark alley at 2 o'clock in the morning with his gun drawn, you made a decision to put yourself in that position. Right. And if you get shot or shot at, guess what? It's not the cop's fault. He didn't go to work that day saying, hey, I'm going to shoot somebody. Yeah. You did something that put yourself in that position to be drawn upon and maybe shot at.
That's right.
So how about this? How about some accountability? How about stop breaking the law?
Exactly.
Stop robbing people. Go get a job. Stop hanging around bad influences.
Yep.
Let's think about that. How about let's raise our children to be productive members of society and not hanging out with thugs and gangs and bad influence in life. Have an idea where your child's going when they're going for a sleepover, or they're going to a friend's house, or they're hanging out. How about that? How about we put the responsibility back on the parent and stop blaming the police for it?
That's right.
Because they're not there to raise your child. If you did a better job as a parent, then your child wouldn't be chased by the police.
Yeah, and you can't teach
them
that
I don't care what
either.
color your skin is, because that to me is a bunch of BS.
Yeah, exactly.
And stop using that. And that's what's really dividing people.
Well, it's the mainstream media too. So what they do is they look at the George Floyd, for example, the guy that had a rap sheet super
a mile
long.
Yeah.
He had counterfeit bills in his car. He had these drugs in his system, fentanyl in his system. And then they take that and they paint this guy as a hero.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, the guy's not a hero. But the mainstream media does that. But anyways, talk a little bit about your the CaptainWillSmith.com, how people can support and how can they connect with you.
Well, you definitely go to CaptainWillSmith.com, read about it. You can email. That's the best way for me, because if I'm traveling, I'm always available to answer my phone. But yeah, if you email me, we get you involved. Let us know. If you want to learn more about investment opportunities, which I highly recommend you do it, because a lot of people are they're not sure because the market's so kind of wishy-washy where to put their money. let's get into the movie industry, because that's on the bottom floor. Bringing it back to Florida, you're definitely going to see a return on your investment, and you're going to be part of something more than just making a movie, but you're bringing opportunity to Tampa Bay. You're bringing awareness. The whole movie's about awareness of the judicial system and how corrupted. My whole thing is, I was wrongfully accused. You got this white guy that served time in prison. I got railroaded just like everybody else gets railroaded. It wasn't because of the color of my skin. It's because of the system. Yep. And that's unfortunately how it is. And we're going to bring awareness into that. And you just have to, by bringing awareness to situations like this, it makes the situation or it creates to an environment where it betters itself.
Yeah, shed light on darkness. Darkness disappears.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's going to be a great time. We're going to have a lot of fun. And this is, something that will play out from ground floor to development to becoming a movie, 24 to 36 months. So it's an awesome opportunity to get involved in your community, help us, because we're taking a portion of the proceeds and helping people that are getting out of prison, do the right things, get back on, be a better father, be a better husband, give them some direction in their life, Brandon.
Awesome. Good stuff. Captain Will, passionate. I love it, man. That's good. I love it.
That's what it's all about.
That's right. Love what you do. Do what you love.
Yes,
all right. Another great show. Clyde Smith, General Manager, Bilmar Beach Resort. Shane SoCash on the show as well. David Reynolds, Jewelry and Coin. Captain Will Smith. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you check out consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.